Good morning. I'm Sue Resig, and I thought you'd like to see what I'm having to eat today. I'm making a cabbage stir fry, and I'm not doing it with any oil, which is it's a nice little trick to be able to know how to saute without oil, how to stir fry without oil. And I love cabbage. You know me. I have cabbage almost every day. There's something about it that makes me happy. And anything from the cruciferous family. Cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Oh, there's some greens. I think it's kale and collard greens. There's something else. I'm leaving one out. Anyhow, that family of vegetables are all very healing. So anytime you can get more of those in, it's a good thing. And I just crave the cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower. But anyhow, cabbage especially. So this is what I'm doing today. If I'm not having coleslaw, I'm having sauteed cabbage. Or I have that smashed potato dinner where I cook the cabbage in with the potatoes. So I'm just, first trick to saute without oil, you have to have your pan the right temperature and use a nice stainless steel pan. You don't have to worry about a no stick coating that can off gas. You don't want that. So I started out at a fairly high temperature. I have it on high here, but I'm turning it down to like medium high, okay? Medium high or even a medium, and just let it get going and get warm. And then I'm gonna show you the trick of how you know it's hot enough and it's ready. And while that's warming up, I'm going to chop up my cabbage. I'm not doing it as shreds, but I'm not leaving it big chunks either. It's easier to eat if it's not big chunks, and it's easier to stir fry if it's not shredded. So this is about between 1/4 and 1/2 inch wide. I'm cutting my slices. Oh, can you see that? Yeah, it's about the thickness of a pencil. There you go. That's a good way to think of it. You know, it's funny that cutting vegetables or fruits or whatever you're cooking a certain size does make a difference in how you're preparing it. Think about it. If you're doing something for long cooking, like a stew, you want big chunks. And the faster you cook it, the finer you want it to be. Like when I do collard greens, I cut those even finer than the cabbage here because they can cook up very quickly. And the cabbage takes a little more time just because of the density of it. So, and like I said, I don't like it shredded too much. Now I'm going to cut it, what do I want? I guess about 1.5 inches long. That's just me, you know. You can do your own thing, but you know me. I'm particular how I like my food. I've got my little things, my little habits that I like or that I consider tasty. So I'm going to do cabbage, and I'm going to put some onion in with that. And I'm going to cut the onion just about half the size of the cabbage, because onion cooks up a little differently. That looks good. I won't go heavy-handed on my onion today. All right. Chunks about the same size as the cabbage. Now let's see. I can tell it's getting warm. I don't think it's quite ready yet, but well, this is how I test it. I take a little bit of water, okay, and I put it in, and the center spot kind of dried up, and then all these little ball bearings came out from it, but they were really small. I'm gonna see if I can bring you over a pan. I'll get my water because it's very close to ready. Trying to see if you can see that. Oh, there it goes. See that? See how it's bouncing around? That's perfect. Now that it's good and hot, I throw my veggies in. And what's interesting is that when you make it hot enough, your vegetables won't stick. It's kind of the key. It's funny that one little ball of water in there is just bouncing around. It's just right. It's a single ball bouncing around. That's what you want. That's how you know it's hot enough. And I don't know the science behind it. I can guess the science in that since it's riding on this little cushion of steam being created created by the ball of water. When it's hot enough and you put your vegetables in, the moisture in the vegetables are now riding on their own little cushion of steam created from that hot pan. That's my pseudoscience, but science. There, I like that. I just I just thought of that. So what? Oh, this is a hunk of cabbage. It needs more cutting up. It in towards the core. There we go. So this is what I do. Years ago, my favorite lunch was cabbage, carrot, onion stir fry. And I would do it with oil and with soy sauce. And I was in heaven. I would eat this huge plate of that every day for lunch. I have to admit, I really miss the oil because there is a different flavor when you saute with oil. It brings out the flavors differently. It sautés differently. Such is life. So I've tried. I need to be paying attention. You're distracting me. Yeah, come on. Okay, I'm turning this down to medium. Once I got it in there, I got a little dark stuff on the bottom there. I'm busy talking to you. Hang on. But well, it'll just add flavor. There you go. Okay, oh, it's coming nicely. It's bringing out the green color of the cabbage. There we go. Poke it down a little bit, get it going again. Now, this is one of the things about cooking. Cooking isn't just a matter of temperature and time. If you're new to cooking, cooking incorporates all your senses. Even your listening, because when you listen to things cooking, you can tell by the change of sound that it's getting dry, that it needs to have some moisture added to it. So it's a subtle change. When you get practiced, you'll hear it. All of a sudden, it starts to get higher. And the term I like to use is, it sounds frantic. It's like, give me water, or a little broth or something. So you incorporate the listening. Obviously, visually, you can see if something's boiling or changing color. You might be looking for a color change. Texture, if you're tasting it. There we go. Oh, it's coming along nicely. So I don't want to cook it soft. I like it to have just a little bit of crunch to it. And I'll know best if I try it. And you know what? I forgot to leave a fork out, so hang on a second. I see my chopsticks over here. I'm going to grab those. Oh, I'll show you. I've learned a trick with chopsticks. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, still a little chewy. The pan's getting a little dark because I'm talking to you guys. And I don't want to put any liquid in, because you know what? If I put liquid in now, it's going to bring all that black stuff up from the bottom, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to stir it around a little bit more. If you are doing this yourself at home, don't do it while you're talking and filming, because you want to pay attention so you don't burn it. And I'm going to turn it down just a little bit more. I kept it at the high temperature a little too long. Normally, I put it in and then turn it down to medium immediately, and I forgot because I was yakking with you guys. But it's still going to be fine. And I just kind of keep stirring it around. Now, what I do want to do, what I'm going to add to this today, and I don't always do this, but it just sounded good. I'm putting a little quinoa in there today. So this is already cooked from yesterday. Yeah, just a little bit more. There we go. I'll probably have leftover for later. And see, since it's already cooked and the veggies are just about done, I can mix that in. It'll heat up with it. Now, if you're not following the Gerson therapy with a low salt, with a no salt, no soy diet, if you're not following the Gerson therapy, you could always add a little soy sauce to this if you wanted, or Bragg's liquid aminos. If it's getting too sticky, you can add a little water. You can put a little Hippocrates soup in there, or vegetable broth to moisten it. Okay, we're all set. Turn that baby off. And I'm hungry. Let's get a little bite. I'm going to get off the burner. Oh, you can hear the quinoa popping. Oh, this is the trick I wanted to show you with chopsticks. I've told you I've been eating with chopsticks. I'm gonna let it cool just a sec. I've been eating with chopsticks for a while now, just for the fun of it. And all of a sudden I realized it was just getting a lot easier. And I couldn't figure out what I was doing differently that made it easier. It was getting more natural. Here's the trick, because I know you're all really interested. Okay, see how I'm holding the chopsticks? If you hold them very close to each other and parallel, I've got the bottom one being held in place by my thumb and my third finger. The top one is running along the length of my finger, my pointer finger, like that, and I just hold it in place. By having them starting out parallel, I open it to grab what I need, which is not how we're normally taught. We're normally taught to have them far apart, and then you're trying to figure out how to pinch them down to hold stuff and everything rolls out and falls out. No, you want to start with them next to each other so they're already gripping in your rest position, and you open it to grab a hold of something. So it's parallel and you open it to grab something, because the resting position is a closed position, which is the opposite of what we're usually told to do, where you know, when you're trying to, they're like, oh, put it down here and hold it and bring it up here. And it's a lot tougher to manipulate when you have the ends wide apart. Hold them down close to each other. So the next time, you know, you get your chance to have some chopsticks, this is just for the fun of it. And you never know, you might end up in Asia, and this will be a really handy thing to know. That's my goal. That's my goal. I have a deep desire to go to Asia someday, someplace in Asia, and I'm gonna know how to eat. So okay, let's see how our cabbage and quinoa is doing. Maybe someone in Asia will see this and invite me to come. I'd be happy to come and teach. I love it. The cabbage is a little bit sweet, a little bit smoky. I don't normally want it smoky, but it's all your fault. But I like it when it's still a little bit crunchy, because the sweetness comes out. Okay. I can't keep eating now. I have to eat my breakfast. Oh, I wasn't going to tell you that was my breakfast. Yeah, this is my breakfast. Okay, you guys have a good day. If you have any questions, post them down below. Oh, I know. I wanted to ask you to please share my videos. I don't do Facebook myself, so if you want to post them there, that's fine with me. Or share them however you share them with other people. And I appreciate when you do that, because it's helping other people to learn easy ways to eat healthier and take better care of themselves, which is my goal, is to help you and to help others. So thanks for coming by. I feel like the Mr. Rogers of cooking, because you're my neighbor, right? And we're just having a nice time together. So thanks for coming by. Have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.